breaking news.
And that breaking news, shots fired feet away from President Trump at the White House Correspondents Dinner. No one here was injured.
And now we're learning the suspected gunman is from Southern California. Let's get right to Brittney Ermon live in our newsroom right now with the details on what happened and what we're learning so far about the alleged shooter. Brittney.
Gio and Leslie, CBS News confirming tonight the alleged shooter is 31-year-old Cole Allen from Torrance. Today he was charged with using a firearm and assaulting an officer with a deadly weapon. Allen is in custody tonight, and officials say he was apprehended carrying a shotgun, a handgun, and several knives. This video right on there on your screen shows the moments the gunfire happened as President Trump was seated at the very front of that ballroom. And just feet away from the president at that moment, this video shared by the president shows the shooter storming the security checkpoint. Then Secret Service officers quickly responded. One officer took a gunshot to the bulletproof vest, but is expected to be okay. And again, here's what it sounded like in the ballroom the moment the shooting happened. Take a listen. President Trump, members of the cabinet, and the First Lady were all quickly rushed out of the ballroom by Secret Service. And this is the first White House Correspondents Dinner that President Trump has attended. This is an annual event that brings politicians and members of the press together. Of course, the event was scrapped after the incident, and we heard from the president speaking from back at the White House. Listen.
No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. It's part of the job. It is a dangerous. I can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous. But I love the country, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the job we've done. You see what's happened. We have a great country.
Now, officials say all of the attendees are safe. Like we mentioned, a Secret Service agent was hit in their bulletproof vest and is being evaluated at the hospital, but they're expected to be okay. Now, Allen is expected to appear in court on Monday. Gio?
Well, Brittney, thank you so much.
We want to bring in CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk right now.
And Mike, you've been digging into information about this suspect and his Southern California ties.
Yeah, you know, Gio and Leslie, as soon as we figured out he was from here, we went to work to try to figure out what we could about him. I want to show you those photos again that President Trump tweeted or put on his social media platform of Cole Allen. There he is on the floor as he was being taken into custody. Now, what we know about Allen is that he graduated from Caltech in 2017, or at least Caltech tells us a person with that same name graduated from there in 2017. We also know that he is some sort of educator or tutor. We know that he worked at a company called C2 Education. Two law enforcement sources from CBS News tell us that he was a part of that company and was recognized as Teacher of the Month in 2024. Now, we did reach out to C2 Education multiple times. There you see one of their locations on Hawthorne Boulevard in Torrance. We have not been able to get a hold of anybody. It's unclear if the business actually is still functional because our emails have been getting bounced back, and we've also gotten phone numbers that have been disconnected. So we are still attempting to reach somebody at C2 to see if Cole Allen still apparently worked there at the time of the shooting or what his current employment status is. We're also tracking down leads, looking for information about his family and anything else we can find about him. I can tell you tonight, I have run him through Los Angeles County jail records as well as Los Angeles County court records and have not found anything to indicate that he has any previous criminal history. Of course, we are still gathering all of these details and what he was doing in Washington, D.C., if it was for the direct purpose of this alleged shooting or if he had other business there. We're all still trying to piece that together. But right now we can tell you he at least appears to be some sort of educator that worked for a company called C2 Education in Torrance and was named Teacher of the Month back in 2024. Guys, we're going to keep working this here from the desk. As soon as we know more about this person, we'll be sure to let you know.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you.